The Grand Assembly Chamber of the Galactic Council stretched across 3 kilometers of polished obsidian, its crystalline dome revealing the swirling nebulae of distant star systems. Representatives from 47 species sat in their designated sectors, their forms ranging from the gas-like Etherians to the crystalline Vorthak. At the chamber's center, a small delegation of 3 humans stood before the speaker's podium, looking remarkably unremarkable. Ambassador Elena Vasquez adjusted her simple blue uniform, her dark eyes scanning the assembled aliens with practiced calm. Beside her, Dr. James Chen clutched a thin data tablet, while Admiral Sarah Mitchell stood at attention, her military bearing unchanged despite the cacophony of alien laughter echoing through the chamber. Silence! The speaker, a towering Zephyrian whose translucent skin pulsed with bioluminescent patterns, raised 4 arms. The laughter gradually died down, though several species continued their chittering and clicking sounds of amusement. The humans, Speaker Veltar pronounced the word with barely concealed disdain, have requested an audience to discuss what they term diplomatic resolution to the current territorial disputes in the Outer Rim sectors. A wave of renewed laughter swept through the assembly. The Krurian representative, a massive insectoid creature, clicked its mandibles in what passed for humor among its kind. These soft-skinned mammals believe they can mediate conflicts that have raged for millennia. They've barely crawled out of their single star system. Ambassador Vasquez stepped forward, her voice carrying clearly through the chamber's acoustics. Honored representatives, we come before you not as conquerors or judges, but as neighbors seeking mutual understanding. Understanding? The hegemony's delegation erupted in what sounded like electronic screeching. Their synthetic forms flickered with holographic displays showing human colonies. You expand into every system you encounter like a virus. You terraform worlds without permission and establish settlements overnight. Your species, interjected the Vorthak crystalline ambassador, its voice ringing like wind chimes, has existed for mere moments in galactic time. What wisdom could you possibly offer beings who have navigated the cosmos for eons? Dr. Chen leaned toward Vasquez, his whisper barely audible. Elena, they're not going to listen to reason. The intelligence reports were right. They've already decided to partition human space among themselves. Vasquez nodded almost imperceptibly, then tapped her wrist communicator 3 times. A simple gesture that went unnoticed by the alien assembly. Very well, she said aloud, her voice carrying a subtle edge that hadn't been there before. We had hoped for a peaceful resolution, but we understand your position. Finally, Speaker Veltar's pattern shifted to what humans had learned indicated satisfaction. Perhaps your species can learn wisdom after all. The Council has indeed reached a consensus. Human expansion will be limited to your current 12 systems. The Outer Rim territories you've claimed will be redistributed among the established powers. And if we refuse? Admiral Mitchell spoke for the first time, her tone professionally neutral. The Krurian delegate clicked its mandibles again. Then you'll learn why younger species defer to their elders. Our combined fleets number in the hundreds of thousands. Your entire navy consists of what, a few dozen vessels? 347 active warships, Mitchell replied calmly. You're well informed. More laughter rippled through the chamber. The Etherian representative, a shifting cloud of luminescent gas, pulsed with colors that translated to amusement. 300 ships against our armadas? How delightfully optimistic. Vasquez checked her chronometer, a simple Earth timepiece that seemed crude compared to the aliens' advanced technology. 2 minutes since her signal. Tell me, she said, looking up at the assembly, how many of your worlds have children on them right now? The question was so unexpected that the laughter died instantly. Speaker Veltar's patterns shifted to confusion. What manner of question is this? A simple one. Your homeworlds, your colonies, your industrial centers. How many have schools? Nurseries. Places where your young ones sleep safely, dreaming of tomorrow. The Krurian delegate's compound eyes focused on her. All civilized worlds protect their offspring. What relevance does this have? Because, Admiral Mitchell said, stepping forward, in approximately 8 minutes, you're going to understand something fundamental about humanity that your intelligence networks missed. Dr. Chen activated his tablet, and holographic displays materialized throughout the chamber. Star charts, fleet positions, energy signatures all updating in real time. You see, Vasquez continued. While you were monitoring our mere 300 warships, you failed to notice something else we've been building for the past 50 years. The holographic display zoomed in on seemingly empty regions of space near major alien homeworlds. Energy signatures began appearing, massive ones. Cloaked weapons platforms, Chen announced matter-of-factly. 37,000 of them, positioned within striking distance of every major population center in your territories. The chamber erupted in chaos. Delegates rose from their seats shouting in dozens of alien languages. Security forces began moving, their weapons powering up. Each platform, Mitchell continued as if nothing had happened, carries enough antimatter to crack a continental plate. They've been there for years, waiting, invisible, patient. Very, very human traits, as it turns out. Speaker Veltar's pattern cycled rapidly through colors that indicated panic, rage, and disbelief. Impossible. Our sensors would have detected human stealth technology, Vasquez interrupted. Developed by a species that evolved as persistence hunters. We're very good at staying hidden until the moment we strike. The displays updated again, showing targeting locks activating across hundreds of worlds. The chamber fell silent except for the sound of rapid breathing, clicking, and various alien physiological stress responses. You wanted to know what wisdom a young species could offer, Vasquez said softly. Here it is, we don't make threats. We make promises. And we promise this. Any hostile action against human colonies will result in the immediate sterilization of your homeworlds. The Etherian representative's gases swirled in patterns of terror. You would commit genocide over territorial disputes? No, Mitchell replied firmly. We would end civilizations to protect our children's right to exist. There's a difference. Chen's tablet chimed softly. All platforms report ready status, he announced. Awaiting final authorization codes. The silence stretched for exactly 93 seconds. Vasquez counted. Perhaps, Speaker Veltar said finally. Patterns shifting to what humans had learned indicated diplomatic submission. We were hasty in our assessment. Surely there's room for negotiation. There is. Vasquez agreed, her diplomatic smile returning as if the past few minutes hadn't happened. We're always willing to discuss reasonable territorial boundaries. After all, the galaxy is vast enough for everyone. Yes, chittered the Krurian delegate, its voice considerably smaller than before. Reasonable. Most reasonable. As the emergency session reconvened and borders were hastily redrawn in humanity's favor, Dr. Chen leaned toward his colleagues. Think they learned their lesson? Admiral Mitchell's smile was sharp as a blade. They learned that humans don't bluff. Whether they learned wisdom, well, that remains to be seen. Outside the chamber's dome, the stars continued their eternal dance, unaware that 3 humans had just redefined the balance of power in the galaxy, with nothing more than patience, preparation, and the absolute certainty that some things were worth any price to protect. The Council had mocked human diplomats. 10 minutes later, they begged for peace. And humanity, in its infinite grace, was willing to provide it, on human terms.